Would you like to have some more simple and effective ways to manage difficult coworkers? Then stick around, because in this video, I'm going to be explaining what type of simple changes that you can make inside of you so that you can feel at peace in the workplace. And I'm also going to be sharing with you a video called Breaking the Habits of Worrying, so that you can integrate this new way of thinking into all areas of your life. Welcome to The Smart Way. I'm going to be sharing with you some simple tips on persuasion and influence that I've been using for over a decade to help people to transform how they think and feel in the workplace. And most of us have experienced, I know I have, at some point in your life, what it feels like to dread going into work because of a boss or an employee or a co-worker. That might be due to many reasons. And sometimes it's an argument that goes on, or a disagreement, or someone's bad attitude or ego. And sometimes it's just like this unresolved tension that just lingers in the background for days, weeks, or even years. Even when you try and resolve the conflict, the other person can become evasive, they can become aggressive, dismissive. So if this has ever happened to you, or you know someone that has faced this issue, then stick around, because I'm going to show you 3 simple tips that you can connect together in every conversation that you have that will give you a much better advantage in being able to help you and your work colleagues to resolve how you're feeling in a positive way and a productive way. But before we get into that, I'm Paul Campbell, the Mind Health Specialist, and I work with people one-to-one every day, helping them to overcome feelings of low mood, low confidence, fear, anger, and anxiety. And I help them to completely change how they are feeling. And I'm going to be sharing with you some persuasion and influence tips to help you become a better communicator. And I'm not going to be wasting your time getting into the details of problems, because we all know what our problems are, and there's no need to get into the details of telling you how they work or what happened or why people feel like that. It's more important now that we focus on solutions, and I will do everything that I know how to do using all of my years of experience in persuasion and influence to be able to help you to have a much more peaceful workday. It's also important for you to be able to help your work colleagues feel better and help them to change how they think and feel. But first, if you want to help your work colleagues to change how they think and feel, it's important that you go there first, because in order for a conflict to exist in any place, in any area of your life, there has to be at least 2 people feeling uncomfortable. And if one of the people is not emotionally absorbed or emotionally involved in the conflict, then the conflict can't thrive. It's kind of like a fire. If you stop throwing logs on a fire, the fire will go out. So in order for a negative feeling to thrive inside of you about the conflict and work for any prolonged period of time, especially if you're going home and feeling like that afterwards, then that means you're throwing logs on the fire inside of you by going over and over it in your head. Now, you don't have control over what other people are doing in their heads, but I can promise you, you do have control over what you do inside of your mind, providing you have the right tools. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to provide you with more choices. And the more choices that you have, the less reasons you will have to get caught up in other people's drama. And I'm not saying that the other person will change as quickly as you do, but when you change how you feel, it's much easier to influence other people. And this is a journey that I am committed and excited to take, because if I put everything that I know into this and you put everything that you know into this, then only good things can happen. And if you have a better time in work and I do the right job here, we all win. So every small change that you make in your communication skills will have a positive impact on how you talk to yourself as well as other people. When you begin to start to integrate this new way of thinking that I'm going to show you here today, you're going to notice that your life will change in a positive way. It's not like a chess game. You're not trying to win anything, but you will have a huge advantage over people in the workplace, especially when it comes to productivity and the ability to be able to help people become more productive in work. Because this is what it's all about, is that we all win. And we change the toxic environment for everybody so that everybody can go home in a better humor, because they have kids to go home to too, you know. And if they're going home in a better humor and you're going home in a better humor and it's because of you, then that's a good thing. So remember, when people feel better, they behave better. Okay, so today's video, effective ways to manage difficult coworkers. So let's begin to advance your communication skills. Tip 1, change the story. Whatever story that you're telling yourself inside your head about what's happening, that's what will stir up feelings inside of you. And I'm not talking about the circumstances. So whatever's happening outside, I'm talking about the story that you're telling yourself inside about what's happening. That's what makes you feel bad. Because some people are going over and over the story in their head all of the time, and they're turning a bad moment into a bad day and a bad week. So If you want to change what's happening outside, you first have to change what's happening inside. Remember, the story that you're telling yourself about the other person, it's that story that makes you feel worse. Because without the story, there's no meaning. And without the meaning, there's no feeling. So as best you can, stop putting meaning on what they are saying, or stop putting meaning what you assume they are thinking about you. So if you're going off and you're thinking like, what is that person talking about me behind my back? Maybe they don't like me. They think I'm an idiot. You know how it goes. So as best you can, try not do that and get caught up in that story inside your head. That's what you have control over. And a simple way that I could put this is when you find yourself telling a story in your head about what's happening, just don't finish the story with a negative ending, because a story with no ending has no meaning. Or if you wanted to get really creative, you could put a positive ending on the story. That will stir up positive feelings inside of you. Even if you know the story's not true, it will make you feel better. And when you feel better, you'll have a better day. And if you have a better day, then you get to be right and happy instead of right and miserable. So when you feel better, you will have a better shot at resolving the conflict. If you're feeling angry and frustrated, it's very difficult to resolve conflict when you're feeling stressed. So stick around to the end of this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you a free video that will show you exactly how you can change your story. So tip number 2, don't mistake their opinion for a fact. Remember, their opinion is just their opinion. The facts are nobody can ever truly know you. And that means nobody can ever truly describe you. So if they ever say anything about you, or that you assume that they are saying something negative about you or have a negative opinion of you, at the same time that they are saying it, or at the same time that you're thinking it, you could just say it to them, or you could just say it to yourself. I probably recommend that you just say it to yourself, because sometimes if you say this to other people, it can kind of stir things up. Remember, your job is to put the fire out, not throw logs on it. So here's what you say. You could say it to them, or you could just say it to yourself. That's just their opinion. They aren't facts. So if you do that, it will change how you feel. You've got a tool now to kind of stop the conflict and divert it somewhere else where it's going to turn into something different, okay? So the third tip, hand them back their stuff. If they're being rude and you know it's wrong, don't try and challenge their opinion, because remember, they might actually believe that their opinions are facts. Opinions aren't facts, they're just opinions. And that's okay. If they believe that their opinions are facts, that's okay, because they don't know what you know. How would they? Because they never got to watch this video maybe, but you did. So gracefully and humbly, just give their opinion back to them. And I will show you a very powerful sentence that you can use that will put an end to any argument. And I used to love using this. I just don't get into conflict anymore. But when someone did have a negative opinion, I used to love doing this. So let's do it together. Imagine something negative that a work colleague might normally say to you. And I'll give you a moment to come up with something. And you can even make something up. So think of something negative that someone would say to you. So have you got it? Imagine them saying that negative opinion now. Now you can say this out loud, or you can say it in your head. Thanks for sharing that with me. And then just walk away. What you're doing here is they're trying to offload their stuff by giving you their negative opinion and their negative feeling. And if someone gives you a gift and you don't take the gift, who gets to keep the gift? Them. So when they try to offload their stuff onto you, just say, thanks for sharing that with me, and walk away. And they get to keep their stuff. And I promise you, they won't know what to say. And if they try to give it back to you again and come back and give you the gift again, you say, thanks for sharing that with me. And eventually they'll get the message. It's a way to put an end to the conflict, because they don't know what to say. It's a very unusual one. When you try it, you'll kind of see a confused look on their face. So remember, you can never really know what other people are going through. And it's tough, because there might be something going on in their life that you don't know about. So just be humble enough to understand that they might have some stuff going on that you don't know about. And someday you might actually be able to help them to resolve whatever issue that they're going through with this new mindset. Because imagine what it would be like, or what it would feel like, if someone came to you one day and said, look, thanks for helping me, and I'm really sorry about my behavior. So from this point on, can you notice how much better your relating skills are? Maybe just notice if you're paying less attention to just their opinion. And maybe you'll notice that you are beginning to move on with your life and influencing them to move on with their life despite the circumstances. So these are the 3 tips. These are the things that I want you to take away from this. 1, and you can write these down if you want, change the story or stop rehearsing the story in your mind, because that's what makes you feel worse. And follow the link at the end of this video to learn exactly how to do this with yourself. And you'll also learn how to do it with other people too. So tip number 2, don't mistake their opinion for facts. Opinions are not facts. And it's more important that you understand this. They'll probably never understand it. And then after a while, you can kind of let them know. I think they'll get it after a while. And I think it's more important like that you say these tips inside yourself. It kind of stops the conflict. Don't be involved in the conflict as best you can. Even if they're doing something wrong, eventually, it will come back around to them. So tip number 3, when they try offload their gift onto you or their negative opinion, just smile and say, thanks for sharing that one with me, and walk away. You're going to love this one when you try it. It's going to stop people in their tracks. It sounds simple, but it's very, very effective. And remember, in order to have a conflict, there has to be 2 people involved. So take these skills, come back to this video again if you feel you need to, and start integrating this mindset into all areas of your relationship, not just at work. And notice how much better that you're relating to the people around you. And with that said, if you found this one useful, then show some love and share this video with other people and leave a positive review wherever you are. And if you want to learn more about how you can advance your influence skills, then like this video to be notified about the next video. And if you have any particular situation that you feel stuck in, send me a message or leave me a comment and I will cover it in the next video for you. And don't forget, click on the video over to the right. You'll see it here at the end of the video, and it will be called Learn How to Break the Habit of Worrying. So thank you very much for joining me in this one, and I will see you in the next one. I really hope you're getting some value from these videos and they're helping you to change how you feel and how you think about yourself and your life in general in some way. And also that you're learning some influence skills to be able to influence the people around you that you care about to change how they think and feel. So if you're enjoying the videos, keep watching. And if you feel like you need an extra bit of help and you want to work with me personally, follow the link in the video and request a 15-minute discovery call from me, and I'll discuss exactly how I can help you, or maybe it's someone that you care about. So thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the videos.